Shalom Israel. Shalom Hashem Shabbat to all the brothers up there. Shalom Shamar Thom, Shema Shah, to the sister out there. This is Isupk Louisiana Sabbath class. Come out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Hunter. We are not affiliated with any Hebrew Israelite group. We're here to open the eyes of the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Let them know who they are, and really teach them about the word. I know, how they've been taught, is a bunch of fairy tales, and we're gonna get into it today, This is it's gonna be about Noah, but we can before we do that, what the prayer, go to the prayers. And say Imagine. Say Apanya, Hakwado, turn to face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Amanawa, Shabbat Shemayu, Wadash, Hayab, Shakah, Yahweh, Malak Tabaa, Ratazaka, Hayab, Asha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayab, Bashamayu, Napalanawa, Nakara, Kayuam, Basalat Lanawa, Kabawah Lanawa, Kasalat Nawa, Kabawah Lanawa, Wala, Tabaya Anawa, Balasayon, Babal, Awashanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Kamalakwa, Wahala, Hopara, Lamia, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever so be it. Amen. Slide. Doesn't matter. Akash, the power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Baruchshah, Nathanalahu, Akash, Larapa, Kama Kala, Waka Madawa, Akash, the Taha, Hatazaria, Akash, Lahaquaya, Hamathia, Akash, Arawakwa, Hatamal, Lagarasham, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, the Wadaman in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirit, to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you so be. These are blessings in the Hebrew. And it reads, Barakatah Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, why Yamach Yahweh, why Halayim, Mahatazah Baya, Halawap Yahana, Halawap Yah, Hasaraya, Hakatazaya, Hakayaya, Waka Aqua Waha Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, the water Amma in English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, Commander General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. Thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Washarala, Wahabaya, Saraparia, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, the water amen in English. Lord, in the name of Yahweh Shai, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha, Ayam, Ahahariam, Mahayam,
Yabaa, Azaria, Ma'am, Yahweh, Asha, Shemaiah, Waharataza, Yahweh, Namawat, Ragaka, Yanawan, Shemarka, Hanalaat, Yanawan, Walaat, Shashan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazaka, Ayah, Yamyaka, Yawaman, Hamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayara, Bala Yala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makara, Yashamar, Ata Napaska, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazahaka, Wawaka, Mata, Wa'ad Awalam. In English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help coming from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth, even forevermore. Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahayam, Adamaya Laka, Al Tasharash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Wabayaka, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, Abba Maaka, Yamawa, Sawada, Wayata, Wayatazawa, Tazapaya Awan Yaka, Amawawa, Yasharala, Awada, Kaya, what's it like? Amarawa, Lakawa, Wanakakaya, Magawa, Wala'a, Yazaka, Sham Yasharala, Awada, Kaya, Nawatazawa, Laba, Lakawa, Ayaka, Baryawa, Barya, Yakawa, Alaya, Adawan, Shema, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagariam, the wall, Wahamawan, Amalat, Shah, Shalya, Tazawa, Gamashawa, Nalawa, Aman, Ayawa, Zarawai, Labayan Bulawat, Salah, Asha, Lahan, Kamawayan, Kasaya, Sarah, Kawayayan, Banakal, Yashawan, Nashamawa, Bayan Dara, Hayawa, Daman, Lahadama, Shayatama, Yamawa, Kara, Wasakayaba, Wakazabat, Wakazatabanai, Kalasa Kamwa, Asha, Amawa, Yarusha, Lanawa, Ata, Nawa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagaga, Kakwash, Tapanya Raka, Kaash, the Bahara Yara, Wakala Bahawa, the Wat, Hayayam, Kam, Payahan, Palawan, so like Thoradama, Basa Raaka, Wabasa, Wapataka, Tabohala, Bala'a, Payahan, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Shabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ayai, Wayakapara, Waya Abawa, Wayadawa, Wayabala, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabaka, Ayawan, Al Kahara Rataza. In English, Read, keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate us have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Israelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, the Baal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur has also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jaman, as to the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dawn from the earth, make the nobles like a rib and like Zaid. Yea, all the princes of Zabah and Zamuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the snow before the wind, as the fire burns like wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. These curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now, saying evils and curses and punishment and destruction and death to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Saying evils and curses and punishment and destruction and death to the heathen, and shake loose the pockets of the rich of Israel. They refuse to give to the school, force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Saying evils and curses and punishment and destruction and death to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court systems, the prison systems, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Kamikaze, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcrafts, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift death to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. That lose all the terrorists, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and destroy. Cause the terrorists to come against America and destroy them in their strongholds. Let America shake at the hands of the terrorists. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and kill all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Thank you always, so be it. Go into the book of Noah, story about Noah. We're going to Genesis 6:1. This first verse is goes real heavy, about the illusion that I don't mean to call it annoying, but the Christian church, has taught us through the years, about different things. And it goes, Genesis 6:1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. And I like to think that Adam and Eve populated the earth, by themselves, which is Genesis 1:26. The Most High tell us, on the sixth day. Let me see, can I find it? Genesis 1:26 saying, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish and the sea, and over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So verse 27, so God created man in his own image, and God created him and made and male and female created he them. See, once I had already, had created people before he put Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Matter of fact, Adam and Eve was already here, along with the rest of the people. They just got chosen to attend the garden. So let's just get that out the way right there. It was people here before Adam and Eve ever started having children. And Adam and Eve only had maybe 3 or 4 children themselves. So the earth was already populated. They just was spread out more and more. Verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair. And so they said they read that sons of God, they think they talk about angels. And at one point, the son of God was said about angels, but that's in the book of Job. In fact, let's go to that. Job. Job 1:6. Job 1:6, and it said, now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Now Satan, was like they like to say Satan fought with the angels of Michael and took a third of the angels, and they lost, and they got cast down to hell to earth, and they start making, and the angels, those angels start having, he said, just further reading, daughters of men, they were fair, and they took them wives of which they chose. They weren't talking about angels. In this context, they was talking about men. They was talking about men being the sons of God, not angels. You have to be, you have to be taught that, there ain't no angels came down from earth and started having sex with women. Just like they all like to say that about the Immaculate Conception. Our God came down on earth and had sex with Mary. Now, God ain't doing that. That's what he made male and female for they to have sex with each other. That's what they did. That's why God set it up for male and female to have children together, not for the angels. Matter of fact, I think angels are Enochs anyway. I don't think they have any reproductive systems. And you ain't never heard of no female angel. It's just all male. And the angel's main job is to do whatever the Most High command. Satan does whatever the Most High command. If you say do this, Satan does it. And Satan does his job well. That's it, confuse you. He put those ideas in your head, dog. You don't need to be listening to the ISUPK.
You see how they come off? They come off brash. They come off harsh. They like to drink, but all that. Where in the Bible say you can't drink? Say don't be a drunk. Say don't be a drunkard. Oh, what having you a drink or two and all that, or you could drink, but have control of yourself, But they taught this when I was very young. This is why we going over this. I used to hear these stories, read these stories at night when I was a child, about Noah and all that, and thought myself, was taught by myself that angels came down, that angels came down and had sex with women, Read verse 2 again, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took to them wives of all which they chose. So that only did they choose their nation, they chose other nations too. They chose women from other nations too. And Most High don't like that. He made a black woman for a black man. He made a Chinese woman for a Chinese man. Moabite, Ammonite, all for each other. Most High, verse 3, and said, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, but that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. So this guy, he's going to cut man time short after all this. That's why we don't live too long these days. They was back in the day, they was living to be 6, 7, 8, 900 years old. They lived a long time, almost a millennium. But now, we ain't guaranteed to live that long. So some of us dying in our, some of us don't even get to get out of our teens, or the very most 30 years old. Do the crime, and doing all kind of stupid stuff, In verse 4, this is one I really want to get to. Verse 4, there were giants in the earth in those days. When they talk about giants, this is where it gets tricky. They talk about giants. It was giants back then. It was big people back then. There wasn't nobody 100 feet tall. These giants, they talk about in this verse, they were powerful men. They was warlords, They went around conquering, They went around conquering villages, countries, and all that. That was the giants mean in this scripture right here, And also after that, when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were old and renowned. I mean, these warlords became famous. Their exploits was legendary, and it was talked about by everybody. Everybody talked about them. They was old men of renown. I mean, they was well known. Hey, that's somebody you don't want to mess with right there. I keep an extra eye on my village advisory. They camp right outside your village. I put the guards up. So that's what that meant. They ain't mean no angels came down from heaven. Came down from heaven and had sex with human females. No, there was men, son of God were human. That's what they was talking about. They was human. They came down. They was the one that had sex with the women, and they they had them, and they son was powerful men. Very powerful men. That's what they were. They were powerful men. And they weren't no 100-foot. Like they like to put on National Geographic how they found a skeleton of a 20-foot humanoid. No, that's not what they're talking about. Even though, Goliath, and a few more, when, and then you ever notice real tall people don't live that long, because they have that giganticism, so they kind of disease where they growing so fast and so much, that their organs can't keep up. Their organs ain't growing with them. So they may live till they about 40. They may see 50 at the most. Verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. So that means everything that came to his mind that he wanted to do, that man wanted to do, he did. And the Most High seeing all this, everything they think about doing that's evil, they do. Which we do that. We do that now. We do that now. Everything, even we can think of, they out there doing it. They want to have they want to dress half naked, or if they're a man, they will choose to be a woman. They do that. If they're a woman, choose to be a man. They does that. They want to be a sexual diva, and they do that. They want to be a serial killer, they do that. Every imagination that came into their mind, that's what they did. Verse 6. And they repented the Lord that he made man on the earth, and they grieved his heart. Grieved him at his heart. That's a Most High. He made us. Like, man, what did I do? What did I make? What have I made? I made these people to serve me, and they out here doing anything against my laws. They ain't following my laws. They doing anything they want, and he repented of that. In verse 7. And the Lord said, I will destroy the man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing and the fowls of the earth, for it repented me that I have made them. So they done made the Most High so sad that he said, hey, I ain't I'm killing everything off the earth. Everything I made is dying. They dying. I'm killing everything. And that's why we need to start changing. Because Most High, we're not. Even though he's gonna do kill us this way he's not gonna kill us again. The next time gonna be thermonuclear war. Verse 8. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Just think about it. Everybody that's on earth, one man found grace out of all these people, found grace in the Most High. Verse 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation, and Noah walked with God. So when I said Noah walked with God, whatever God say do, whatever his law, statute, commandment was, that's what Noah followed. That's what Noah followed. That's how he found favor, because he followed the law, statutes, commandment. But with the Isupk teach all the time, follow these laws, statutes, commandments. But no, you always have somebody sit up and say, hey, those things are done away with. Christ died on the cross, and the laws died with him. That is a lie. Christ followed the law. After he died, Peter followed the law. Paul followed the law. All the disciples followed the law, even after Christ. So how is it the law, statutes, commandments are done away with? Just go on be, just go on be true by saying you don't want to follow the law. Because there ain't no such thing as you can't follow the law. We follow the law up here. We were nothing but a bunch of street thugs, gangsters, killers, and all that, murderers, strippers, anything you can name. Just like the Christian church have, we have but we learn to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. We don't mind afflicting our flesh. You know, we don't mind afflicting our flesh to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. You know, we rather fly than die. You know. In verse 10, and Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. In verse 11, and the earth was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. Now, you know, it's just like now. Like just had that mass shooting up in Texas, you know. He just had the brother get choked, Michael Jackson impersonator, which wasn't doing nothing but trying to make a little money to get him something to eat, get choked out by an oppressor. In 15 minutes, he knows he was dead. You know, come on, man. You know, don't even say I didn't mean to kill him. If you held on, you held somebody in a chokehold a minute, you mean to do more than just hurt him a little bit. You cutting off his air supply. So if you ain't got no air, you either gonna kill him or put him in a coma. You know, or have him where you know he has to be taken care of for the rest of his life. Can't do nothing because oxygen was cut off from his brain. You know, so you know. I hope we don't say he was trying to do it for 15 minutes. That's a long time to be choking somebody. It's amazing he lived that long. Then you had people holding his hands down, people just taking pictures, you know. Oh, I gotta upload this to the internet. You know. It's just sad, you know. It's just sad, you know, see, you know, that's what the Most High, you know, see today. And he has a plan, you know, for us. Verse 12, and God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his ways upon the earth. He see how the humans corrupted everything that he laid down for them, you know, his laws, his statutes, commandments, when nobody didn't want to follow them. And that's what he was saying, you know. And verse 13, and God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. So I telling Noah, you can destroy them. You know, get ready. I'm going to get ready to destroy this place. You know, verse 15, make thee an ark of gopher wood. Rooms shall thou make in the ark, and shall pitch it within and without with pitch. Verse 15, and this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. So in other words, it's going to be a big boat. You know, it's going to be able to hold a lot of people, you know. Verse 16, and window shall thou make to the ark, and in a cubit shall thou finish it above, and the door of the ark shall thou sit in the side thereof. With lower, second, and third stores shall thou make it. And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, where it is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. But with thee will I establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark with thou and thy sons and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee. So that's what 8 people that's going to survive. There's 8 people that's going to survive the flood, you know. And I bet, you know, when he was making that ark, I bet they were like, man, what is you doing? It ain't no water right here. You know, you building this big old boat for what? Like the most I say, he can destroy this, you know. As far as you know, I get to work, you know, if I get on it in this ark, you know, and I can be saved. Oh man, you crazy. You on that wine, you know, you on that drink, you know, you need to stop it, you know, ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't no rain coming. You know, it's been sunny all day, you know. we had a little rain when it stopped. I was saying, so be it, my brother.
Verse 19. And of every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shall thou bring into the ark to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female. So he started bringing in animals, lions, tigers, bears, raccoons, bulls, all for the animal keeping. Everything that walks upon earth, bugs, all that. That's why so that's why roaches so bad now. They survive the flood. That's why it's so hard to get rid of them. That's why you got to call somebody to come in to spray and to get rid of them. But they can survive anything. So there was one creature I wish God would have, let not make it. The roaches, they shouldn't have made it. They should have just let them go. But, they made it. So they here with us. Verse 20. Of fowls after every kind of cattle. Of fowls after every kind of cattle after their kind. Every creeping thing of the earth after his kind. Two of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive. Shalom Christ, sir. Yeah. So Most High commanded Noah to bring every animal, every four-legged beast and every creeping thing to come onto the ark. Verse 21 says, and take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. So he told him to get food for him and animals. So that means he had to get a lot of food. He had to get a lot of food. For all of animals, It's like you had to feed giraffes and elephants, stuff like that. That's a lot of food. And they eat a lot. Hippopotamus, just like all the animals you see now. They was on the ark. And just imagine all the food they had together. And him and his sons. So Noah's sons was helping him. Let's see. Verse 22. Thus did Noah according to all that God commanded him, so did he. Noah did everything the Most High said do. We got verse chapter 7. And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. Don't you just find that strange? Only one man made it out. One man and his family survived the flood. Didn't nobody want to follow the Most High. I mean, like you say, they greed. I mean, it's hard that everybody on this earth is wicked. So they got to destroy them. Verse 2. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and the female. So you're gonna take it by seven, clean beasts by two, unclean beasts, This everybody wonders why most I don't want us to eat unclean food. Why did he say? Most I give you a choice. He tell you what kind of food to eat. You make the choice of eating what's not clean. You already know pork bad for you anyway, and you know pork bad for you, but you can't stop eating. We tell you shrimp, crab, and lobster, ain't nothing but the roaches of the sea. But you choose to eat. Choose to eat it anyway. But you can't say, that you weren't told that what food to eat, and all that. You already know, but you chose to eat what you want to eat. Verse 3. Of fowls also of the air by sevens, They get 7 types of birds, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of the earth. Verse 4. For yet 7 days I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. Verse 5. And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. Verse 6. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. Verse 7. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him into the ark because of the waters of the flood. Verse 8. Of clean beasts and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. They went in two and two unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. So now I bet they was pounding their ark to get in now, right? I bet they even thinking Noah was so crazy then, or so drunk then that when that water started coming down, they wanted to get in their ark, but it was too late. It was too late. It's all over with. Now the water coming down and the door of the ark was closed. Verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open. So that means the rain came down. It was storm. It was pounding. I can just imagine the people, who sat and walked by, talked about them, laughing while they was building that ark. Where you gonna get the water from? Now they see where the water was coming from. Now they see where the water was coming from. And they wanted in but couldn't get in. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Verse 13. And the same day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons with them into the ark. Verse 14. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. Verse 15. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, two and two of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. That's the most. I shut the door of the ark. Shut the door of the ark. That was it then. There was no getting in after that. There was no getting in. After he closed the door, that was it. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. So, they bang, 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 bang. They see where the water's coming, and raised up the ark. Just imagine the pound on the ark. Let us in, let us in, let us in. There wasn't no getting in. They had their chance to get in. But now it was too late, because the flood had came. Verse 18. And the waters prevailed and were increasingly greatly upon the earth. And the ark went up to the face of the waters. Verse 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered. And even the hills were covered. That's how deep the water was. That's how much water came down. It was covering the hills. 15, verse 20. 15 cubits upward did the water prevail, and the mountains were covered. 15 cubits is like 20-some feet. We don't use cubits, we use feet. But that's about what that was, 20 feet. Verse 21. and all the flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle, and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man. Verse 22. All in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land died. Verse 23. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the earth, the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowls of the heaven. And they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, that they were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. This thing, everything he made, he destroyed. You know, everything he made, he destroyed. You know, because like I said, he repented, he made man. Like I said, it's still a wicked generation. That's why I think, thank the Most High for the ISUPK for changing my life. You know, I was just like them people that was out there with Noah. But I heard these priests. For the first time, the Most High opened my ears, to hear the truth. That truth felt better than hearing that lie. That I was gonna hear that Sunday. That if I went to church, but that's all you're gonna hear off in that church is a lie. A bunch of untruths and a lot of hooping and hollering. A lot of dancing. Oh, I'm in the spirit and all that. I feel the spirit. I need to dance and all that. That's all you're going to hear, a bunch of lies. That's all you're going to hear. That's what the ISU, because to take the veil off your eyes where you can see. See. Verse 8. And God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. Verse 2. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. Verse 3. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. Stop raining. Verse 4. And the ark rested in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month upon the mountains of Ararat. Now, you ever seen National Geographic how they show, the rest of the place, the ark? Well, they say that's the ark. I don't know. But they got a rest. They had on National Geographic one time where they found the Noah's Ark. And I'm trying to figure out, wood don't last that long, and just think that was thousands of years ago. And you mean wood still there ain't rotting away? Like, I don't know, So I wasn't there, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't see woods being there for thousands of years. After the rain, through the weather and all that, you can't even take wood off a house, stack it out. It'll sit there, then all of a sudden it'll just break apart after it's been in the weather so long. Verse 5. And the waters decreased continually into the 10th month. In the 10th month, and on the first day of the month, for the tops of the mountains seen. And this water was so high, it covered the mountains. That's when that water was high. He wasn't playing when he said he destroyed everything. That wasn't up on the ark. He said he wasn't playing when you're able to cover the mountains. You really have to kill everything. He was saying, go to verse 6. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. Verse 7, he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were abated from off the ground, off the face of the ground. Verse 9, and the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her and pulled her in unto him into the ark. So he sent out, sent out a dove, to go see, how the water was on earth. And as you see, dove couldn't find no resting place. There ain't no more water everywhere. Everything's still covered. So she came on back to the ark. Verse 10, and he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And verse 11, and the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. Sent out the dove again, and she came back with an olive leaf. So let them know, the water went down some. Verse 12, and he stayed yet another 7 days and sent forth the dove, who returned out again unto him anymore. Maybe the dove found a place to stay, made him a nest, whatever, made her a nest with him. And hey, say, I ain't got to go back to the ark, In verse 13, and it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. Verse 14, and in the second month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. So all the water was finally dried up. Finally dried up. It'll stop the rain. Now all the water dried up. Verse 14. Verse 14. The second month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dried. Verse 15. And God spake unto Noah, saying, go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. This was what I said first time, be fruitful and multiply. Repopulate the earth. Verse 18, and Noah went forth, and his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, after their kinds went forth out of the ark. And Noah built an altar unto the Lord, and took of every clean beast, and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. Verse 21. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor. And the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground anymore for man's sake, for the imagination of a man's heart is evil from his youth. We let we from our youth, from the time we were born, we evil. The Most I saying that right here. Neither will I again smite any more every living thing as I have done. Verse 22. While the earth remaining seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Chapter 9. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. Verse 2. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that move upon the earth, upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand they are are they delivered. So like, once again, man, gonna be over everything. You putting them over every beast of the field, you know, everything that creeping and crawling and all the fish. You know, man gonna be over. You know, the sun's gonna be over. Every moving thing, verse 3, every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as a green herb have I given you all things. Verse 4, the flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, you shall not eat. You know, okay, you know, blood, you know, no cannibalism, none of that kind of stuff like that, you know. Verse 5, and surely your blood and your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. At the hand of a man, at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the man image of God made he man. So let me add, no, you already let you know. No, you can't murder nobody. No, you kill a man, he will require your life, you know. He said, whoso shed a man's blood, by man's blood, his blood should be shed, you know. You killed, you're gonna be killed. 7, and you be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. And God, verse 8, and God spake unto Noah and to his son, saying, and I, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. Verse 10, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth, with you, from all that go out of the ark, to every beast of the earth. For the scripture. Scripture right quick. First Peter 3:20. We can see it even in this, you know, even in the New Testament. First Peter 3:20. But sometimes we're disobedient. It's like back then. Now, once the long suffering of God waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was prepared, wherein few, that is, 8 souls were saved by water. So saying that in the New Testament, you know. Verse 9, and behold, I will establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. Verse 10, of every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth, with you. From all that go out of the ark, to every beast of the earth. Verse 11, and I will establish my covenant with you, shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall there be any more be a flood to destroy the earth. So the Most High promises that he ain't gonna destroy the earth no more with water. You know, he made a promise. And God said, this is the token of the covenant. Verse 12, and God said, this is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. Verse 13, I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and earth. Whenever you see a rainbow, that's the covenant God made with Noah, saying that he wasn't going to destroy the earth no more with water. So every time you see a rainbow, that's what that means. You know, you know, I remember being a kid, and we used to try to find the end of the rainbow. You know, something you'll never do. There's no end to the rainbow. You know, scientists like to call it, you know, that's the sun, you know, something like that about the sun, reflection, and all that. But that's a promise of the Most High, you know, saying that he's not going to destroy the earth anymore by water. 17, verse 16. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. God said unto Noah, this is a token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. 18. We got all these. We got all these. All these Christian pastors, telling you, about this, but they really skip over a lot of stuff. They really skip over a lot of stuff. They don't tell things where they're supposed to go. That's why so many people leaving up out of there. That's why a lot of these popes and preachers being exposed to them of money hungry dogs. Like crap, not talking nobody, but like those prosperity preachers, they call them prosperity preachers. That's why they being exposed now. They want your money to buy a jet. They want your money to pay all their bills when they're supposed to. The money's supposed to go into the church for the poor and the widow. But they don't do none of that. They don't do none of that at all. Verse 17. And God says to Noah, this is a token of the covenant which I established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah, verse 18, and the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. Verse 19, these are the three sons of Noah, of them was the whole earth overspread. So the whole earth got spread from Shem, Japheth, and Ham. And go into that. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine, and was drunken. He was uncovered within his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brothers without. Verse 23. And Shem and Japheth took the garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backwards. That's just shame. You up there seeing the daddy naked instead of just take it, cover up. You gonna laugh. That's shame. You see your daddy like that. You supposed to cover him up. Don't know he been drinking. Been in that ark for all the months. It probably went a little sea crazy. But he didn't do that. Verse 23, and Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. Verse 24, and Noah woke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant shall he be unto his brother. And that's what the oppressor taught. That's who they call us African Americans. That's who we are originated from. We from the seed of Ham, which we're gonna go to the Zion Bible dictionary and see is that true. This is Ham, the younger son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So there you go, right there. Anybody tell you that reason why we doing so bad? Because we was cursed. We was cursed. Ham was cursed. It was his son Canaan that was cursed. And we ain't part of Ham, no way. We Semitic, just like, just like that oppressor, the Amalek, say he's Semitic, we're Semitic too. We was twin brothers. We was twin brothers. Sad to say. And verse 26, and it said, blessed be the Lord God of Shem and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So there's going to come a time where all of them, the masters that sold us into slavery, hey, I just say, let me see, what's that? Go to the scripture. Revelation 13 and 9, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So just how everybody came together to put us in slavery, same things happened to him. They that killed us, we're going to kill them. We're going to kill them. Same thing they did to us, we're going to do to them. What we're going to do to them? What's I going to do? What's I going to do exactly what they did to us, what they did to us, he going to do to them. Verse 28, Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years when he died. That's the story I know. And like I said, we believe in that pastor when tell you you're going to see the Ham. We don't know what we talk about. And like I said, we had men that did research back in '69, all the way up to the day. They went and found those books. Went to the Library of Congress, found all those records. Went over into Egypt and over into Israel, found all those records and see those writings on the wall, showing that slaves, that the Egyptians were not white like they show the Ten Commandments. The movie they show every year during Easter time, the real Egyptians were black. That's Northern Africa, and good and well, there were no oppressors out there in all this sun. No, they can't hack it now. Because of sunscreen, just think they had sunscreen back then. Right. So they had to live in them caves. But that's for class on that. Get ready to close out. Yeah. I forgot to do this earlier. Yeah, that's all I can do. Nasrallah means to Israel. Almost. So sorry, trying to face the east. Wapayam Kabakadam. Lord's Prayer. Abanaya, Subashabaya, Wadash, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Latwaka, Tabaa, Bakazaka, Ayah, Asha, Baratazah, Hawa, Ayah, Bashamaya, Nathalanawa, Nakam, Ka Yawan, Basalat Nawa, Kamawahla Yanawa, Basalat Nawa, Kamawah Yanawa, Wala, Tawayanawa, Manasayawan, Abal, Awashanawa, Mayam, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wahalala, Adapara, La Walaya, Aman, means our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, and we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever so be it. This is across the power. Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shabbat.